welcome to, what did you say?
I built this.
I'm
This is happy
offended.
because I came up with this idea.
Oh, we know.
Teacher Bonhoeffer!
Warning.
Boom! A podcast involving many fun people.
That's how you're gonna say that.
Yeah, this is how I'm going to say that. That's our intro, Nathan.
Podcast involving many
Welcome
people.
to our podcast. I'm Zachary York, and I'm joined by my other hosts, Wesley and Nathan. And we have some special guests with us today.
We're the special
I didn't-
ones.
I didn't
I
know.
built
I didn't
this.
know
You
I
guys
was
aren't
a
even
host.
involved.
I'm
This
a
is
host.
us.
Oh, this is us. That's
This
like
is
a
us.
song.
We're the hosts.
And we're
Why
the
are we the
special
hosts?
guests.
That's amazing.
That's
actually.
not like
Yeah.
us.
Who
owns this?
I'm
This is happy
offended.
because I came up with this idea. I talked all you freaks into this.
Oh, okay. Well, just kidding. Zoe and Brandon are here also. They're part of our host
Yeah,
group
we are.
for this podcast. And so, yeah, host group.
Okay. Learning new words.
That's right. To start out today, I have a quote that I want to have everyone ask everyone about to see if they can figure out who in history said this quote. Each person gets the chance to guess who said this quote. They get one chance to guess, and then after that, no more chances. But we'll start with Wesley. All right, this is the quote. This is for everybody. So the quote is, my advice to you is get married. If you find a good wife, you'll be happy. If not, you'll become a philosopher. Who said it?
Oh my gosh. Oh.
Never heard that quote before. in
C.S.
my life.
Lewis.
All right, that's Nathan's guess.
Dietrich
Thanks.
Bonhoeffer.
Dietrich Bonhoeffer. I don't even know who that is.
That's not it, though.
Okay. I
You
won't.
don't
I
know
won't.
who it
I
is.
won't
It's
tell
not
you.
it. He
I
said
won't
you
tell
didn't know
you.
who it
I won't
was.
tell you who it is until everyone guesses.
There's
Even
no
if
way.
you get it right.
There's no way it's Dietrich Bonhoeffer, though.
It might be. I
If
don't
it
know.
was, then Zach would have known who it was.
Sir Bonhoeffer.
It's dangerous
No.
to do quotes from German people. Anyway.
As two
Why?
resident Jews in this room, I have no offense at that.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that, Nathan?
You start picking historical German quotes. Dangerous. And then be like, who said that? It's probably a Nazi.
Okay. So we get canceled right off the first episode. So we got Dietrich Bonhoeffer as a guest and C.S. Lewis. All right. We need Brianna and Wesley to give us their thoughts.
It's surely a philosopher. It has to be.
Yeah.
No?
No one else
Yeah.
would reference one.
Exactly.
But
who else
it's
cares?
weird for a philosopher to say the word philosopher, I think. Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But it
I
has
have
to be
no
one.
clue whatsoever.
Thomas Jefferson.
That's a good one.
That's it.
I mean-
Founding father,
That's
That's it.
philosopher.
That's right. That's it.
That's good.
He-
That's good.
Constitutional
Okay.
philosophy.
Thomas Jefferson.
I had
See, I
no
told you
clue.
it would give
so
you a hint.
I mean, that's why I
It
went
did
with
not-
C.S.
how did it
Lewis.
give
I
a
was
hint?
like, it obviously has to be a
It gave
philosopher.
a hint
Can I try
to-
another one?
And
No,
you
what
already
one
guess.
philosophers would
What?
Zachary
I think I'm
and
right the
Zoe
next
know?
time.
Dietrich Bonhoeffer.
C.S. Lewis.
Come on,
Saying it right.
Wesley.
Bro, I have no clue. I'll
Just
just
say
Just
someone.
say
Say a
someone.
philosopher, bro.
George Washington. Boom.
He's not a philosopher.
Neither was mine.
All right, fine. None of you got it.
How did we know it was
It's
a
not even
philosopher?
close.
What was the answer?
It's Socrates.
Oh,
Ah.
I almost
I
said
didn't
that.
know.
I said that. I
Aristotle.
was like,
That's
but
like
I was hoping you all
no.
would be like, oh, philosopher. Okay, who do I know that's a philosopher?
I
That's
almost
exactly
said
what
that.
I did.
Nathan actually was
Aristotle.
smart with that.
That's
Yada,
exactly
yada.
what I did. Except I
Bro, I
said,
was thinking way
what
more recent.
philosophers
The
would
word
you
sounded
know?
too modern to be someone like that.
I didn't
almost
know
said
you
that,
would know
though.
Socrates.
He actually didn't say that because that's in English. Socrates
Like,
Fair
We've been
point.
misled.
That's true.
Socrates
We've been
is-
misled.
Socrates is
That's
probably
true.
the second philosopher you would know.
Who would be the first?
Plato.
C.S. Lewis. That's why I said C.S. Lewis.
All right.
Philosophy.
No.
You probably would never say Pluto.
That's
Isn't that
true.
That's a
Plato?
planet.
Pluto. It's cooler that way.
Plato.
Aristotle
'Cause he's
could have
in
been
the
one too.
sky.
That
Yeah,
was
that's
who
true.
I thought of second, who I wanted to guess.
All right,
I'm
the classic
upset
three.
none of
now.
you got it.
Okay, I know
That's
now
I
for
would never
next
have
time.
gotten that either
Brianna got it
anyways,
in her
but
brain.
Next time.
With a
That's-
tumor.
Brain tumor?
That's content.
Yes, my brain tumor.
Oh no.
All right.
We're gonna have to record longer to get an hour.
What?
We're not going for an hour
We're
yet.
not going for an hour right now.
Oh, how long are we going for?
We're shooting for 35 minutes, bro.
We already
Oh.
talked about this, Nathan.
When? With me?
You're out on the couch.
Oh.
It was
Literally
when
5 minutes
he
ago.
was upset about that he was put in the Discord, but he didn't
Oh,
see
yeah.
the rough draft of what we were going to talk about today.
Okay,
Before
in,
he even showed
in
up.
Nathan's defense, I also did not see it in the Discord.
It wasn't
Same.
ever in the Discord. That's why.
I was gonna say, I don't think
It
you
wasn't
ever
ever
put
there.
it there.
That's why. Well, anyways, Zoe and Brianna, why don't you guys tell us why this podcast is a thing and how it came to be?
Well, I think
Ooh, origin story.
this is lore. Well, we were all talking one time, and
Well, it wasn't all of us.
no, it was Zoe, Wesley, Brianna. No, Zoe, Nathan,
Nathan,
Brianna,
yeah.
and then another friend.
I was in the
Wesley
original
wasn't even
conversation.
around.
Yes.
You
I wasn't
were.
even around.
No.
No,
I
you
feel
weren't.
like I don't
That's
know
why
anything
Zoe and I
about
should
this
be the host.
podcast.
Thank you.
You
Thank you.
guys are just guests.
I don't
Whatever.
know anything about this
It
podcast.
won't be funny next
and I
time
was in the
without your
original
special
conversation.
guest.
No, you're like
Nathan,
a
you were there at the
permanent
first
special
conversation.
guest.
Oh.
Then
Like
it's not a
Lily
guest.
on Ninjas Are
That's
Then
Broken.
not
we're
a
a
guest.
resident. Anyways,
So anyway, we were all talking, and we were talking about movies, and it divulged into chaos, and it was very funny. So I was like,
Jessica Alba.
Jessica Alba.
You remember that, Nathan?
Yeah. I didn't know that was the original conversation.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was. So I said we should start a podcast, and that was I think about a month ago, and so now we're starting a podcast. So we added Zachary and Wesley into this, and
So we could be the hosts.
We're additions.
Obviously.
Yeah.
I
You're
started
the,
this.
you're the
They
special
needed
guest.
some good hosts. So Zach and I stepped up.
That's
Whatever.
right.
Whatever.
Sounds fair.
Yes, that is how this podcast came to be.
Oh, okay. We had one additional person that we wanted to be a part of this podcast, but he,
He
hates
hates
us.
Oh,
And he's also leaving us.
He also keeps calling
not
it
dying,
our
though.
podcast, and it's
no,
certainly
he's
not our
he's
podcast.
Dead. He's not.
I
That's
said
why
he's-
he's leaving.
he's not dead.
So, but thanks, Peter, for nothing.
you
Called
suck.
out.
Wow.
Peter Petkoff.
We've lost one
Of
viewer
Greece.
or listener already. He
We're gonna
instantly
rank for his
left the
name.
chat.
Yeah.
So yeah, Brianna, you said something about a brain tumor. Why don't you explain
Yes,
that to us?
I definitely have a brain tumor. It started a few years ago when I realized I had this medical condition. I was watching Grey's Anatomy, which the
She's
show
basically a surgeon at this point.
basically the show that you should get all your medical advice from. And this old man came into the ER with his wife, who was actually the sick one. And the intern or the resident, I don't know, was like, "Sir, does your mouth always droop like that on the one side?" And he was like, "I mean, yeah." And she goes, "That's a brain tumor. I'm convinced." So they did all these tests, and
Or
this
a
man
stroke.
has. It was a brain tumor.
Could be
And
a
so then
stroke.
that night, I was like getting ready for bed, and I was looking at my mouth, and I was like, "Oh no, my mouth sags on the one side.
Uh-oh.
Definitely have a brain tumor."
Or a
And
stroke. You could have had a stroke.
a permanent ongoing stroke that causes my lip to sag.
If you
Once
have
you
one,
it's not an ongoing stroke.
Oh, you're saying like
the
it's
stroke makes your
Oh,
face
I
droop.
understand.
yeah, you
well,
can have one stroke and it's
I
Done for life.
understand. Wow. So, anyways, I blame all
Or
of my
like-
forgetfulness, and I often will like say the wrong word randomly that doesn't make sense in the context, and it's because of the brain tumor.
So unlike any
I
other
see.
human who ever says the wrong
yeah,
word on
I say
accident,
a lot of words out of context that don't mean what they mean.
she has a brain tumor.
I do.
She also
That
survives off of
combined
Dr.
with-
Pepper coffee and doesn't
Me-
eat a regular meal.
I do too.
Not at
just
night.
Not breakfast.
I have a
Oh,
brain
well,
tumor too,
that's,
then.
That's,
You don't
that's
eat
girl
regular
dinner.
juice.
What was my
Girl
dinner?
dinner, girl. What is there? Girl dinner, girl math. What else is
yes.
there? Girl sleep.
Girl sleep.
Yeah, sure.
Girl dinner is the one where they just like eat a piece of chocolate and watch TV.
Yep.
Yep, that's exactly
Pretty
what
much.
it is.
got my dinner.
Yeah,
That's pretty
I
much
saw
it.
that.
when did you see that, Nathan?
I don't know, a couple months ago,
What's the equivalent of girl dinner for guys?
Ooh, good question.
where they play video games and eat a sandwich.
And just drink a
No.
12 case of Mountain Dew.
Yeah, I don't
We
know.
just
Yeah.
have dinner at our desk. Like real dinner, though.
That's boring.
Yeah.
Wesley always has field under bro. Wesley is a master chef at like
That's
cooking
true.
everything.
You
Wesley's
make some
not
good
typical.
ramen.
Wesley is not typical.
He is not a typical male in the sense of
Bro,
cooking.
don't say it like
Yeah.
that. Come on. I am a 100% biological male.
Yes.
On record.
He has XY chromosomes.
Oh
No.
no.
Oh my.
Oh boy.
Glad we got that cleared up.
Nathan, what's the context of your hat? I thought it was a Cubs hat when you walked in, but it says Cats. So
Oh. It's kind of like the Cubs, except it's a minor league affiliate of the Cubs called the Fort Worth Cats.
Are they good?
No,
How
now
are they
they're
affiliated
also
are they from
independent.
Texas?
Yeah, but you know how baseball works. Like you
I
have
say minor
a major
leagues,
league
yeah.
team and minor league teams.
They're not always in the
Oh,
same
okay.
state.
Yeah.
Always.
I wouldn't expect them to be good, considering
They're
The
from
Cubs.
Texas. Oh.
Oh.
What?
just the
That
Cubs.
is inappropriate for someone from Florida to say
I was
that.
born in
Ooh.
Chicago, so
Oh, that's.
I like the
He
Cubs.
was talking about me, I think.
You were born in Chicago and then moved away, and that's why you like the Cubs.
No, I like the Cubs, but they're just bad.
Oh. I had a roommate that liked the Cubs one time.
That's it?
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's the context?
He's dead
Well,
now.
It was in
He
the
left us.
time of Kerry Wood, who
Who?
was the greatest
Yeah.
pitcher of all time as a rookie. He had like 20 strikeouts in a game, and the Cubs were like, "We're back, we're so excited." And then he got injured and was never good again.
Aw.
Rip.
It made my roommate very sad all the time, so I always mentioned it to him.
Oh my gosh. That's so bad.
Trolling.
Nathan is a troll.
Yeah, Nathan is the ultimate troll.
What?
For you,
That
for
seems
those,
That
for-
seems like an
you guys will
insult.
learn throughout the podcast that Nathan takes things out of context when you say something to
That's
him.
true. And then
And
twists
then
the
twists
words.
the words about what the person said.
Totally different meaning.
His other favorite thing is to be like, I talked to this person. Was I rude? And we say,
Yes.
yes, Nathan, that was rude. And then he explains his way out of how it's not rude what he did.
But it
I
still
disagree
is.
with all those things.
Oh,
Sorry, Nathan. It's the truth.
It's not the truth.
What is the truth?
People who listen to our podcast. Who's going to listen to our podcast?
People.
Which people?
Oh, I was talking to someone. Oh, yeah, Wesley's wife is going to listen to it. Promise
Yeah.
will listen.
Who was I talking to? Somebody told me that they would definitely listen.
Oh,
my
Jared,
brother.
Jared
Nathan
said
would.
that he
My
will.
brother's
Yeah.
excited. I think
Nathan?
Did I tell him?
Yeah. I
Did
think you told
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
Jared, I
probably.
told the IT when I came and asked Wesley, I told the IT department, and they said, "Dude, that is gonna be absolute chaos."
It's going to
Oh.
be
in the
hilarious.
We need to get Jared on here
Yep.
and have him
Oh,
talk about
yes,
about
Jared is on-
stocks.
Oh, yeah, he's on the guest list to come and talk about the stonks. Of
He's currently
cryptocurrency.
in depression, so we're gonna have to
Oh.
find some good times.
I
The
did
stocks are
see
not
him the
doing
other
well
day,
currently.
and
Oh,
He
no.
hasn't.
very
He wasn't
sad.
here like all week.
Yeah.
I think that's
That's
because
he's
he's sad.
depression.
Oh,
He
is
did
that
not
because
want to
he's
be here
The Fed
yesterday.
is yeah, messing up all the stocks.
Oh,
It's a
Sorry,
sad
Jared.
day for anybody.
cryptocurrency at like rock bottom. Let me look it up.
No, but Bitcoin's not doing bad, but it's not doing
So
well.
we're gonna know when like 17 people listen to this podcast.
I think you
Yeah,
can
buy
track it.
Bitcoin now.
We
Buy
get
it
that-
now.
we
It's
get those-
really good value.
Kinda
Skyrocketing.
I'm gonna open my
It's
phone up real
huge.
quick. This is how they do it, right? This is how they make the big bucks.
Dogecoin is absolutely through the
Oh,
roof
yeah.
right now.
That's right. We should talk about topics that have advertisers. That's
Slumps
a
below
great idea.
63K. Bummer.
You guys want to talk about
Yeah.
like mesothelioma and how
My name
you
is
might need a
Doug.
lawyer?
And I have mesothelioma.
Yeah.
We all grew up with the
We
same
all
commercial.
grew up
Do you
with that
remember
commercial.
you remember the Gigi Whitworth commercials?
Called J.G. Wentworth
8776
8776 now. We all
It's
said
my
different
money
numbers.
and I need it now.
Called
do
J.G.
remember those.
Wentworth.
Nathan,
Yep.
what's one commercial that you remember as a child that like we
'Cause
want to
you're-
know?
'cause
you're
we
Much
old.
older than all of
Oh.
us.
We weren't born yet.
Like the famous one that like
Nathan's
every
like
Yeah,
13
like,
years older
what-
than the oldest of us
here we go.
There's
Nathan,
like
tell
a-
us about a commercial that was
Which is Rihanna.
controversial when you were a child. Like
Me. I'm
it
not.
aired on TV and everybody was rampaging like they do nowadays when they see one inconvenient thing that they don't like on the internet or TV.
Oh. Well, here's the commercial everyone like quotes that's as old as me. Like they used to have like these, just say no, like drug campaigns,
yeah.
like is it the 80s or whatever. So like people are spending like a lot of money on like just say no. I think it's like Ronald Reagan or something. I don't know. But so there's these anti-drug TV commercials, and so there's one where the son's like sitting on his bed and he pulls out like this wooden box, and he like opens this wooden box, and it's got like all this like, at the time as a child I didn't really know, but like it's all this heroin gear, right? Like it's like needles and like tie off rubber tubing and like all this stuff, right? And so like he is starting to like mess with it, right? And he's like tying himself off, and like his dad runs in and he's like, "What are you doing? Like, what do you think you're doing? Where did you get this?" And he's like, "I learned it from watching you, Dad."
That's what I was gonna say was his dad's stash, isn't it?
So like this commercial makes no sense on several levels, right? Like, first of all, like the dad runs in all indignant that his son's like shooting up heroin, like, and then he's like, "I learned it from watching you," and he's like, "Oh, but like I'm gonna be super moral about you shooting up." Makes no sense. So that was like a drug commercial. Like the other one, like there's so many drug commercials.
Is that a commercial for drugs or against drugs?
They're supposed to scare you.
That was four.
They're supposed to
Then the
scare
dad wraps
you.
his arm off and starts shooting up with his
Do
son
it together,
too.
son.
All right, son.
This
Father
is
and
how you
son
do
bonding
Druggies go down
time.
together.
Like
Yeah, if you're gonna go down, you might as well do it together.
Like the 80s was
Wow.
like all about fear. So it was like
It's still all about fear.
right. So it was like be scared of drugs cuz like this might be the one time that you do them and then you end up dead. Like that was like the idea behind all the commercials. There's another one where like they had an egg and they crack it and then they put it like in a frying pan.
Yes.
And then like it's
Drugs.
just
It's your
and
brain
then
on
they're
drugs
like
or
your
something?
brain on drugs.
Yes. I remember that one too.
And you're like, I don't want my brain to fry. I guess I guess I shouldn't smoke marijuana.
I guess that stuff is
Yeah.
bad
Is
for
that
me.
the logical conclusion?
Yeah. But then some kids are like, I don't care, my brain fries. Like that seems cool. And then they start doing acid.
I love my
The
brain.
logical
Marijuana to
progression.
Acid was
crazy.
pretty big, like in the 80s and 90s. I never did it.
Just to clarify.
Just to clarify.
I've never
But-
done that.
I don't know. There was a lot of youth pastors that were like, "Oh, I used to do acid, but now I love Jesus."
Were they hippies?
No,
Did they
they're
have long hair?
they had like little cartoon devil tattoos, and then they would like try to Jesus correct them with like, and then they'd put like the circle with the line through it to be like, "No devil."
I didn't know that was the
No,
corrective
Satan.
action.
Yeah, because it's hard to like in the 80s and 90s remove a tattoo. The laser technology was non-existent, so you had to like change the tattoo.
Sure.
What were we talking about?
Commercials of our
My,
childhood.
my favorite are
Oh.
the drug commercials now, where you've got like lung skateboarding at a skate park, and then for some reason it just splats on the ground, and it's like, this is what will happen to you if you keep smoking cigarettes. And then there's
Oh, yeah.
another set of lungs that is like, I've never smoked a day in my life, and he's like
And it
doing all
sounds
these
like
tricks
Nacho Libre.
around. Yeah, he's Jack. Really, it's Jack Black, and he's playing the lungs. And he's like, this is fantastic. I've never
best.
smoked a cigarette in my life.
Ugh,
I can't say Jack Black has never done that.
What? Well, you don't know that.
Jack Black.
Never smoked a cigarette in his life?
He
Oh,
cannot
uh,
say that.
Yeah.
He cannot say that.
Those
Well,
are not
you
Jack
know.
Black's
He's
lungs.
playing a fake character.
Fake
Well,
lungs.
that's true.
Certainly not method acting up
He's
there.
He's also
playing a
super
fake
sacrilegious.
character.
He is incredibly
Every
evil.
movie he plays in, it's wild.
Yeah, he never plays himself. He's not like Nicolas Cage who made a whole movie.
He played himself in
About-
one movie,
Who?
the Muppets movie. They
Jack
kidnapped
Black
Jack
did?
Black.
What
Oh,
about
okay.
that
I don't know that.
Office
Never seen
episode that he's in?
Oh, where he's on the TV and he's like marrying this old lady.
Yeah, who tries to get away from him by riding up the little home escalator.
It's true. I forgot that he had
I
like
don't
a.
remember.
Is that
2
what you
second-
call those?
I've never
What do you
seen
call
that
those?
episode.
The,
Like up the stairs?
Yeah, it's one of the episodes. Jim is
Home
who's
escalator.
watching it? Is it Andy who's watching it in the break room?
Andy.
And he's like, "Hey Tuna, come over here and look at this."
Big tuna.
But yeah, it's Jack Black, and he's like having this relation with this 86-year-old woman.
Why'd you say it like that?
I don't know, because that's what was going on, probably.
Love is love.
That's
No, it's
Oh,
not.
no.
No, it's not.
Hashtag.
No.
Wait, I don't even know what that means. What did I just implicate myself with?
Have you heard
Alphabet soup.
Oh,
of Love is Love inside the LGBTQ elemental P
Plus.
community?
I'm trying to figure out what context I heard it in. Where did I hear it? I don't know. I'm not going to come up with it.
Bro,
All right.
surely one of our coworkers said it not knowing what it means.
Well, probably.
Yep.
Oh, for sure.
They're all
One of the
You know
homies.
who
You
I
see that
just-
once?
I know
Oh,
exactly
or the
who
old
I heard it
ladies.
from.
We
I'm
talk
not going to
about
say it
Yep, see?
because,
See?
yeah.
It was
What
funny.
about the threesome portion in the Olympics, huh?
Oh, I heard about that commercial, but I haven't heard a lot about it.
I haven't seen it yet, but
It's like basically this commercial, and they're like, it's France,
It was
so like
part of
passion.
the opening ceremony.
Is it part of the opening
Well,
ceremony?
it was like that was the only time the commercial was played.
Oh, yeah. And they like walk into a room, and there's like multiple people
I
there.
think it was all men.
Yeah, that would
From
track.
what
Yeah.
let's look
It's-
it up.
See, love is love.
What?
Talking about it. I'll probably get blocked on the Wi-Fi, but it's fine. Opening
that was the opposite direction I wanted to
ceremony.
go.
uh,
Wait.
bedroom
Oh,
scene.
that is.
Zachary, that's
He is surely flagged. Don't you have service in this room? You should.
I have all the Wi-Fi. It didn't block me.
Well,
All
you
it is
mentioned
about
an
the
email.
Last Supper, bro.
I would say that's
Last
the
Supper this.
that's
Last
the
Supper
only
that.
controversy thing you're gonna find if you search for the
There was something about the
opening
horse.
ceremony.
Something
be
about
fair,
the horse thing.
It does look close.
I don't think it does.
You don't think so?
No, I don't.
I've heard it's the Feast of Dionysus. I've heard
Dionysus.
it's Dionysus. I've heard it's the Last
Dionysus.
Supper. I've heard that they did not try to tie it to the Last Supper. I've heard they did try to tie it to the Last Supper.
Well, the only stuff that I've seen about that was the one chick in the middle. I don't know who she is, but
If
on her
she's
story,
Jesus.
she
Some-
posted and was like, "This is like the gay Last Supper
Yes.
or something." And
Or
she,
Gay Jesus or something like that.
yeah, she's the one who
It's probably a
initiated
joke.
that.
Yeah. Probably a stupid joke that
Yeah.
then got blown up. But I mean, it's not like I think a lot of people probably around the world feel like America's politics has driven. Like I've seen things on Facebook where people are like, "I'm so tired that America's politics have driven us to be so mad about this. This is a world stage thing. It's not just about America." But yet there's been like world leaders who have come out and condemned the fact that they did this. Like I was researching yesterday,
Even
and
French. The
yeah, the
Yeah.
French people.
French leaders were like this.
We
Yeah,
don't
the
like
Pope-
this.
The Pope of the Catholic Church in France came out and was
Yeah.
like, "This is super wrong." The Iranian supreme leader came out and said that they denounce anything about a depiction of Jesus that is like sacrilegious. And then their Turkish president came out also and was like, "I'm going to call the Pope right away and we're going to have a discussion about this," which I don't know what that's supposed to do for them, but I mean, okay. And so
It's not the ad.
Still not
Nathan's watching a movie currently.
Brianna's watching
But-
the
Yeah,
Olympics.
Brianna was
But
watching
a,
the Olympics, so
also
because
I was
they
like,
only happen.
why
These
don't I watch
Olympics
a
only
movie?
happen once every 4 years.
a spokesperson also came out from the Olympic Committee and they were like, "Yeah, we really didn't want to offend people. Like, we're actually really, really sorry." But I'm sure that they probably aren't. They're probably
This
like,
is gonna
"I have to
be-
make this stupid statement about."
current events
Stuff.
podcast.
What?
Not
We're just
necessarily.
talking
We will
about
talk
stuff
about
that's
current
going on.
events with the spin
okay.
of humor.
The
Whoa.
producer of that
But
specific
it's like
bit.
super dangerous to try to be funny about current events because you
I
don't
mean,
know
right now we're just
what people are
talking.
gonna think is funny yet or incredibly offensive.
Okay, well, we've done 0 podcasting at this point, so if they cancel us,
Yeah, it's just
We
our
haven't
first
even
episode.
started.
So.
We can start over.
I mean, technically, people have to listen to you in order to be canceled. So we
See, I
got
have
a
no
little
fear.
bit of
Do
a
you
runway.
think
thinks that no one's gonna
No
listen
one's
to
gonna
us.
listen to us.
The
I mean,
producer for
The
that
podcast
Olympics thing,
landscape is
um,
wide and vast.
he came out and said that it was supposed to be depicting the Feast of Dionysus.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, and
So.
if you compare the
Yeah.
two images, like the Last Supper and the feast, I
Oh.
do think it looks a lot more like the feast.
We're talking
than
about
Right.
the
Last Supper.
Olympics
Yes, it does.
thing.
I think the biggest
It
problem.
We've
also
been
makes
talking
more-
about that.
It
Nathan.
also makes more
I was
sense
looking
because
for a
that feast
movie.
is about Greek gods.
Yes,
and
and
the
this is
Olympics
a
comes
Greek
from
sport.
Greece.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it makes a lot more
So
sense
what's
that
the
that's
big
what
deal?
it is.
Once again, the Christian community on Facebook blew
Yeah, I
everything
think they
out of
blew up over
proportion.
the wrong part
Yeah,
because like the
absolutely.
weirder part is the fact that they have kids on the set and people are
Yeah.
dressed
Basically nude.
yeah
And it's disgusting.
in nothing.
That
This-
happens.
So it's like this is supposed to be a family event.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
I-
that's the weird
Right.
part, not
Yeah,
Right.
that's what makes me upset.
I mean,
But
who
also,
watches the
Heathen's gonna
opening
heathen, y'all.
ceremony?
We can't
Jeremy.
forget that the heathens are gonna heathen.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Jeremy
Jeremy's
says
like,
it's his favorite
I
thing.
watch it. That was so.
Jeremy says
odd.
the opening ceremony.
Yeah, in chat, you weren't
That's
there in
his
chapel,
favorite
but
thing.
he
No, I
talked
wasn't.
about how he every single year he watches the open ceremony,
It's
but
the
he was
most
like this
boring
year.
part.
Yeah.
Oh no, don't tell him that.
I was
let's
gonna say
all
that too.
beat each other.
Yeah.
wow.
Jeremy,
yeah,
I
it is
hope you're
really
listening.
interesting. I don't ever
Go
remember
Balls.
Roll
in
Tide.
years. I don't remember in years past about like any super controversial things coming out of the Olympics, but this year,
Yeah.
like there have been multiple, like the opening
Yeah.
ceremony, and then
People just
everyone
want to be
blew up about
offended.
this
The
That's all.
boxer.
Yes.
Argentina.
Emain.
What are they from
Kelly?
Argentina?
No, Algeria.
Algerian boxer who apparently everyone was like, "Oh, it's a man," because
How dare she
the
hit a woman?
Italian girl like forfeited and was like, "I've never been so hit so hard in my life."
I mean, I do
back
believe
to the
that.
gym.
Like when you just look at the two of them,
Well, yeah,
like,
she looks
she
like a
probably
man.
looks like. I didn't
Sorry.
say that, but I mean,
Not-
Sorry.
Not to
That's
be
your
offensive, but
quote.
she does.
I don't think
She
she's
looks like
gonna
a
listen
man.
to this.
But
I
I
don't
mean,
think anyone from
she,
Algeria will listen to this and share it with her. So I think
Watch
we're
the
I don't know,
national
maybe.
director listen and be like, "What is
Mm.
happening?"
but I mean, you know,
I've never been.
born a female that has XY chromosomes because of a genetic thing that she was
It
born
happens.
with, and
I mean, it's
so
just a
she only
thing.
her body only produces testosterone. She doesn't even produce estrogen, but yet she has a female anatomy.
Yep.
Um,
She's a
So-
biological female with a genetic malformity.
yeah, but a lot of the comments on Facebook that I've seen, people are like, I have an Algerian daughter, and she's only like 6, and she's the strongest girl I've ever like faced. Like she'll punch me, and I cry out in pain. So I mean, they were like, Algerians are just naturally strong.
They're built
Yeah.
different.
Yeah, they're built different.
I mean, isn't that where all the like bad guys come from in those movies where like that one old guy kills everyone all the time? And
John
then-
Wick?
No,
Oh,
He's not old.
the
The
old
one-
guy.
He's a little old.
The
Taken.
yes, the group.
Taken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So good they had to
Like,
do multiple.
aren't
Does
they
he
all
lose his daughter that many
Algerians?
times?
Yeah,
And
I
the,
mean, those
the
guys
movie
are all
with
tough.
Tom Hanks, who's the captain of the boat.
I am
And
the
the
captain
bad
now.
guys come. Was that
that
a-
was Africa, right?
Isn't Algeria in Africa?
I'm not sure.
Not the,
Where
that
else
was
would it
the
be?
southern
I
part.
think it's
It's in the north.
Algeria? No, would it
It's
be
a nor-
northern? She looks Middle
Yeah,
Eastern.
Algerian would be like,
It's
but
in
like,
Africa.
Yeah, but it's probably in the north of
It's
Africa.
super
Yes,
north.
but the
in
Tom
Africa.
Hanks movie happens around Somalia.
Oh, okay. Sorry,
Thank
I
you.
just couldn't remember.
Thank you.
Captain Phillips.
Yeah, it was a
We
good
agree
movie.
on the
I've never seen
geography.
I haven't
It was
either.
a good
Look at me.
movie.
I'm the captain now. That's all I know of that movie.
It was a good movie. You should watch it.
But they're
Hmm.
Algerian in that?
I don't know. I don't know.
They're Somalians, according to
Taken
said
him.
no.
1 through 7.
You guys-
That's
I feel, isn't that true? Where do they get all the
I
bad
haven't
guys?
seen-
I've never seen any
I've
of the
never
Taken.
seen
I don't
Taken.
really like
You
Liam
watch
Neeson.
John
You
Wick.
don't like Liam Neeson?
It's
Bruh.
kind of annoying.
I mean, I haven't seen all
Okay, but
7
he
of them.
makes a
I don't
great
even know if there are
Aslan.
7.
Well, that's true. His voice is
Like,
nice, but he's just
compared
annoying in general.
The Aslan in the movies compared to the Aslan in the Focus on the Family audiobooks,
Oh yeah.
ooh, that Aslan
Nerd.
is rough. Excuse you.
His voice is not deep enough to be in the BBC focus on the family.
Albanian
It's not
taken.
Albanian.
They're Albanian.
That's the same
That's
thing.
so
pretty much.
close.
Really
The
Algeria,
first two letters are the
Albania.
same.
Is that Matt
Yeah.
Damon?
Yeah, what movie you watching?
Nathan?
Scary.
Is that Matt Damon in that?
Yeah,
What are you? Wait, you're not
Young
even
Matt
listening
Damon.
to it?
I'm watching. No, I just.
He doesn't have his ear pods
I've
in.
seen it so many
His
times. I
ear
know what's
pods.
happening.
Okay, boomer.
What?
What movie you watching?
what is it?
Syriana. It's a
Is
Sounds like
Jessica
a
Alba in
female
it?
song.
no.
Syria.
There's a
is
Middle
there
Eastern
is
guy
a
on screen
there is
right
a
now.
girl in it that's in other stuff. I don't
Oh,
know.
okay. It's
She has-
usually
What's
how
it about?
actresses make their
Is
living.
he an assassin?
What's that girl that used to be?
This is his Jason Bourne origin story before
Those
Jason
are good
Bourne.
movies.
Yeah. So this has George Clooney in it.
Oh, not watching it.
You hate George
I
Clooney?
don't hate him. I just
You love
don't
him
like
too
him.
much.
No.
I don't hate him. I just despise him.
Who is worse in your mind, though,
Oh,
George
no.
Clooney or Nicolas Cage?
What?
Nicolas
Cage.
Cage.
Nicolas
Yes,
Cage
Nicolas
for
Cage.
sure.
had a good streak of movies. Lord of War.
Never heard of it.
No.
National Treasure.
National Treasure are
Weatherman.
the only
One
good
is
movies
good. Never heard of
he's
it.
in.
One is good.
After one,
I'm still
they
waiting
kinda
for
went
number
wild.
3. I've been waiting for the third one.
Oh,
for
there's
like
only
I
2 of
know.
them?
15 years.
Two
Yes.
National
Bro, I
Treasures.
thought there were 3.
They were trying to make a third one
Well,
multiple times.
In the second one, they like hinted that they were making a third one because the
Mm.
president was like, "What's on that secret page in my secret book?"
But then Nicolas Cage went bankrupt or something.
Oh, I don't know.
How?
Isn't that why
He's
he
made
like?
so many movies.
I think by like buying like
Stupid
dinosaur
with his
skulls and
money.
stuff. Yeah.
No, that's pretty
Dinosaur
cool.
bones?
Yeah.
That's what you say?
Bones.
Yeah. Wait,
Bones.
What did
skulls.
you say?
What did you say?
Yeah.
Skulls.
Skulls.
Yeah.
He's gonna make Jurassic Park.
Like directed?
Like
That's why he
I
got.
missed
that's why he
like
got the bones.
how
yeah.
did he like go from like haha everyone hates Nick Cage to like cool again? What happened?
I
He
don't
made a
think
movie
he's
about
cool
himself.
again.
Yeah.
He did make a
Oh.
movie about himself.
No,
with
but
Pedro
like the
Pascal.
general
Yeah.
perception of him on the internet has gone from like haha that guy's dumb to like oh he's
Wow.
cool again.
Oh, I don't know.
Maybe he's matured in his old age.
No.
I don't know how old he is.
I feel
I
like
don't know
you
how you
guys
keep
should be
getting
up on
casted.
pop culture. I'm the old guy.
Have you
That's
ever-
my job.
You
I
ever
don't
seen
think
the
Nicolas
real-
Cage is pop culture.
You seen the reel where Pedro Pascal and Nick Cage are in the car and they're like driving and they're
Yes.
yeah, that's from his movie that he made about himself, and he's like some agent trying to infiltrate this compound, and Pedro Pascal is like a bad guy, and Pedro's like, Nick, have you come up with a theme for your movie yet? And he's like, no, I haven't. And Pedro's like, well, let's do acid together so then we can figure it out. And they go driving over
Acid.
during on the.
It all comes back to drugs.
Go on a trip.
So,
I don't know how he keeps getting casted in movies though, because his facial expression and his tone never change.
Like
I have to
Kristen
steal
Stewart.
the independence.
this is
The
this is
Declaration.
what. This is
How
what
do
I
you
don't
steal the
understand.
independence?
I go
You
to-
murder everyone.
Yes, basically.
So-
Zoe
back
has
to
a brain
England.
tumor.
So
Clearly.
she forgot words.
How do you steal
Brianna also
independence?
thinks she has Parkinson's.
We bring back George or
Dude!
King George.
If I could show people the video on the podcast, I would.
Context for the video.
Is that what
Zero
Michael
water,
J. Fox
drunk.
has?
Zero food eaten. Mowed
Well,
the
hey,
lawn.
Dr. Pepper.
I would like to clarify that there was no comma between when she said drink or no water, drunk. That was one phrase. There was no comma.
Zero water drunk. Zero food eaten.
We-
Mowed the lawn outside on a blisteringly hot day.
Drank.
And then she got inside, saw herself shaken,
I
and
also
concluded
did
it was
drink water.
Parkinson's. How much?
No.
Oh man. I mean, also we should probably clarify for like the Parkinson's disease community that
That
like
we
we're
realize.
not comparing it to being dehydrated.
Yeah, we're sorry. We don't
Look
know
at-
what
look
it's
at
like for
Nathan
you.
being sympathetic.
Yeah.
But
Oh my god.
We'll just cut out Parkinson's.
And drugs. Or
The
drunk.
drugs. Drugs is like
Drugs
half the
is fine.
yeah,
podcast.
this is okay. So
Do you
here's,
think
here's a
Michael J.
question.
Fox did a lot of drugs? I mean, he was pretty
Now
much.
he went from sympathetic to real nasty. The poor man has
Michael
Parkinson's. He can't help that.
Maybe he could have.
Well, like, I just thought about
Drugs.
Michael J. Fox because
No,
he
it's because
has
didn't do
Parkinson's,
drugs.
and we were talking about the '80s. I mean, he had a lot of '80s commercials, so like
But he didn't do
he did drugs.
drugs that
fine.
caused his Parkinson's.
No.
But maybe he could have prevented it with
With drugs.
Oh.
Oh.
like medical
some kind of
marijuana back in the day.
LSD trip.
Oh, wow.
That's what it is. He's on a constant trip.
I mean,
actually.
that's
He did
how
take
they
drugs and he slipped
Invented
into a
computers,
constant
am I
trip.
right, Wesley? Huh? Huh?
That's true.
Addiction.
No,
Someone should
LSD.
have brought snacks.
Created
Yeah, I'm
computers.
hungry.
Yeah.
I thought Nathan was
Oh,
bringing
that's one.
donuts.
That's
I
something we
thought-
should do
man,
one
I
time.
thought
Is get
I
Nathan
random
brought
was-
snacks
you
and talk
Dr.
about
Peppers.
them.
Where is it?
They're in the
Freeze.
freezer.
Cocktail
The
hour.
freezer?
Yeah.
They're
I'll
gonna
go get them.
No, they're
explode.
bottles.
We
They're
have
bottles.
an
No.
How
assistant.
long have they been in there?
Since I got here at
How long have you
10:30.
been here? Okay, they're gonna explode.
No,
They're in bottles.
They can
Fine.
still explode.
but they're just
Wait.
gonna. You're gonna
Yes.
get it, and it's
Not
gonna
that I
be
can.
perfectly
Yes.
cold.
It is-
Boom!
All this.
Oh my word.
That was the Dr. Pepper bottle exploding.
Warning.
Oh yeah.
Sound
We're about to
warning.
get everybody new headphones because of that. Headphones.com. Hit us up.
Oh,
Yeah,
Nathan
Yeah.
knows
sponsor. That's a
so
sponsor.
much about
Yeah.
headphones. Nathan, tell us a little bit about the history
Oh.
of headphones.
The
You
history
know
of
the
headphones.
history of
I don't know the
headphones?
history of
When was the
headphones. I
very
just know
first
which ones you
headphones
should buy.
made? Which ones were the? What was the very?
I have
first
no idea.
Ear pods.
I just know
Earbuds
which
were not
headphones
the
you
first
should buy
headphones.
to ignore
joke.
people.
Okay, which ones are those?
Definitely Sony has the best noise canceling features.
Do they?
Absolutely, they do. They have the best
it's so
technology. Sennheiser has the best sound, and
What about Audio Technica?
Bose has the best sound for like mids.
Wesley
If
gets
you-
a
What is
snack.
Wesley
mid?
gets
Whoa,
snacks.
Wesley
What
has
is that mac
macaroni
and cheese?
They're having mac and cheese at 10:30 in the morning.
Perfectly cool,
Perfectly
not
chilled.
frozen.
That's good because if they were frozen, they would have exploded.
Zachary, do you want one?
No, I don't drink
Oh, yeah.
soda
Wesley, do you
anymore.
want one?
Thank you, though.
Oh, this is hard to open.
Nathan, thanks for bringing the Dr. Pepper
Yeah,
and being a
thanks,
part of
Nathan.
our podcast.
Oh, wait, I need
Well,
a boy to open it.
No, you don't.
I am
Me.
a
Give it to
good
me.
participator. I've
Girl
always
strength.
thought.
Fight the power. Uh-oh.
You said
I need
Brianna's
help.
from
bring
Albania.
Uh-oh.
Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, Brianna's actually an
I
Albanian
brought Dr. Pepper.
Wait,
woman man.
I'm Algerian.
Woman, man.
Oh no.
Give it to
She's
me.
not actually.
Crap.
Confirmed, she is not.
Dang it.
Yeah,
Ooh.
she can't.
I'm hitting
What
everything.
the-
I hit the light. I hit the mic. Ha! You can't get it either.
This cap is about to explode. Look at it. Look
See?
at it bulging.
Do you
Give
see?
me
it? Warning.
They all bulge. Look at this.
No, they don't.
Yeah, mine is
Oh,
too.
okay.
If we're gonna have to clean up this,
Zachary,
don't point
Zachary, not
it,
there.
don't point it at the
What is
equipment.
wrong with
that's
you
Nathan,
not-
not toward the equipment.
Nathan's super strong.
Whoa.
I loosened it for after Brianna loosened
After
it.
I
After
loosened
Zoe
Zoe
loosened it. Brianna loosened it. Zachary.
Oh, it's
and
I
Brianna.
mean-
Oh, it's
That's
Zoe's.
Zoe's.
Give it
We'll
to
just
her.
chalk that up to proper technique, I guess.
I had
Like-
good technique.
Thank you, Nathan.
I had good form.
I don't think you had any form.
Nathan scores the gold medal on execution.
That's right.
Mm.
I
Oh,
mean,
I'm
I've
right.
always thought that.
Pommel horse guy did.
I'm pretty
I thought you already-
clutch.
what, they're doing it again? I thought they already won silver or bronze.
They had team.
That was the team.
Now
all
they're doing
around.
it individual.
So now it's
Oh.
individual.
So Steve Nautarazic
Oh,
is going
did you
to.
guys see the
decimate.
turkey dude that came out for the sharpshooting?
For the
And
shooting,
Yes,
yes.
I love him.
And
he just
everyone's like,
bang!
he's an
And he
assassin.
got silver. Everyone else has got this like decked out spectacles, and they're like barely making it, and this guy just comes out with nothing, hand in his pocket, and goes.
He
Have-
looks like a hungover dad on vacation as he's
Have you
shooting.
seen the memes of like his coach being like, or no, his like spy handler,
Yes,
whatever they're called,
yes.
and he's like,
Play
we have
cool.
another mission for you, and he's like, no, I'm retired, and the coach is like, it's for your country. He goes, fine. He goes, but don't be too good. We don't want them to suspect anything, because he's a retired assassin. It's actually really funny.
He should have been the counter sniper at Trump's assassination.
Hey,
my
he got
word.
bronze.
Too early, bro. I don't know, but I'm just gonna say that to be safe because
Too early. It's
That
been
was a
almost a
long
month.
time
I
ago.
said something about
It's been
Kobe
almost
the
3
other
weeks.
day in a group chat, and
About
it-
COVID?
You know what hasn't
Kobe,
been too
bro.
early though?
Kobe.
Kobe was in 2020. He's been dead for a long time, bro.
I
He
know,
died
but
in
like,
January 18th of 2020 or
My
something like that.
This is the thing y'all need
Not
to know about
COVID.
Zoe. She remembers every detail of everyone's life. She knows the day Kobe Bryant died.
I might be off by a day or
Bro,
two, but I
check
think
it.
A
If it's
day
the
or two.
18th,
What day did
it's either the 18th or the
Kobe-
20th.
I know it's not the 20th? Did Kobe
The
die?
weirdest thing about that is whenever people were
January
like,
26th. I was off by 12
disrespecting-
days.
Okay, but you knew the month.
whenever you would
Yeah.
shoot a shot and say Kobe, That's like
Kobe.
you're respecting
I was
Kobe,
off by
and
less
everyone's
than that. I was
like,
off by 8 days.
bro, you can't say that. And it's like, bro,
He's
I'm
dead.
giving respect to him.
Yeah.
I hit a shot, I say Kobe.
Kobe.
Yeah.
I
Until he
say it.
died,
He's the
everyone
GOAT.
was
And I
like,
didn't even play
"Eh,
basketball.
he doesn't win that much."
Not
Yeah,
anymore.
because he's dead.
You want to talk about actual goats? Is LeBron James?
Oh, I thought we were
Oh,
gonna-
I was like,
I
let's talk
thought we
about
were-
some goat
I
real
thought we
goat
were
about-
gonna talk
Goat
about
Okay,
like
so-
the screaming goats.
No, not
Okay.
real goat.
We're like,
That's
We can cut
goat
that out.
yoga or
You're
something.
rape horny.
yeah.
Bro,
My rape whistle.
Oh
Is
no!
this my ghost
That's
sound?
what that
You're
sounds
not.
like.
I think if I'm ever in
Whoa.
danger of being raped,
I'm seeing these things.
I think if I'm ever in
has
danger of being
kicked in.
raped, I'm just gonna walk like.
There goes.
I don't think anyone will want me after
No, this
that.
is what you do. If I'm not home and there's someone that comes upstairs, you've got to come out like a.
Oh yeah,
in the
for our
horror movies?
viewers, Zachary and
Yes.
Zoe are
Right.
married.
So
Yes, that's important.
in
Is that a rape whistle?
Why do you have one, Wesley?
Has a rape whistle. Rep
Try
scared
it.
of getting
do
raped.
it. Go ahead. Let's see what it looks like.
I was a lifeguard.
Also, there goes our like general audience
This is what you,
rating.
this is what you got to do.
Like you
gotta come
guys
out
just
and,
said
like,
rape like 10
Okay,
times.
we've also talked about drugs and threesomes.
Did you say
we haven't really
drugs
talked about
and?
threes.
We haven't.
Per
No, we
se.
haven't. We have not.
We said something about the
We
fact
have
that
not.
we have not, but we talked about the
We've
fact
not.
that the Olympics did something like that. Not that we
And-
have talked about it in the
It's-
slightest.
it's-
That old people don't know what words mean, and they
Yes.
will just say it, or phrases like "love is love" or threesomes.
It's
They don't
okay.
know what it
They're-
means,
They're ignorant.
and they just say it.
They're ignorant, and we forgive them. But
Maybe they do.
When you
What if
refer
they
to
do?
someone
That's
as a
even worse.
snack, they are very
Oh,
confused
means
as
they're
to.
hot.
Yes, good job,
Nice.
Nathan. You get a star. But the old people are like, I don't. You're a. We have snacks. Why am I a snack? I brought snacks. And then you have to explain that it means you're like really cute or hot. And then they're like, we have snacks. They're
That's
very
when you
confused.
say, nah, I'm the whole meal.
Or you're a value meal.
That sounds
Assisted living communities, a big industry.
I thought you were going to do like a sponsorship or something like that.
I am. I'm just saying.
Any of you old people
I'm-
listening,
Yeah.
there's a
Give
really
me
nice
place
Yeah.
to go.
Any of our,
Yeah, I'm
any
just.
of our, we know you're listening. Assisted living communities, and
Yeah.
we know that you want to support this podcast.
Advertising,
financially.
bro.
Lonely time.
Our viewership is heavily based off of the boomer generation.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, I'm also just trying to hit like the automated like subject filters too, you know, so we get like the
Joe Rogan.
automatic ads from the assisted living communities, and then we
How
grow
often do you
into
hear those on
like custom
podcasts?
assisted. They make a lot of money. They got a lot of money
They
to
do.
spend.
Oh my.
Like,
They are
and we
smart.
don't know what our demographic is yet. What if we hit like
Who has a lot of money?
45-year-old,
Assisted living places.
They jack those
45-year-old
prices.
dudes with 70-year-old moms, and
That's right.
they want to like stick them
We
somewhere?
can help you out. We'll help you out.
And then like
Just send them to us.
one of those
We'll just get
big
'em all
national
set up.
assisted living
What is
places is like
happening?
Oh no. What's the next topic?
Zachary was saying
The
something about rape
election
whistles.
cycle.
Oh,
The election, yeah.
the election.
We were getting
cycle.
close to that with
Kamala.
the assassination.
I don't know. I think that was a good idea. Assisted living.
Yeah, talk about assisted
Yeah.
living. That's where Biden is right now,
That poor man.
Maybe someday.
Bro.
I mean,
bro. If he's still
he's
alive.
probably gonna have in-home care. The
Yeah,
rest
let's
of his
talk about
life.
the fact
he's pretty
that
rich.
Joe Biden magically grew an extra 5 to 6 inches after he came back from having COVID.
He got in that plane real smooth.
What,
You
like
know,
he got
I
Looked
was
like he had
watching.
more hair, too.
knee extensions, or what are we saying?
I don't know. I was watching some
Platform shoes?
videos.
Oh, I've seen a Grey's Anatomy episode about that.
Knee
I
extensions?
don't think it goes
It
well.
didn't end well.
Yeah.
No.
I saw like a.
masks.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know,
CIA
like in,
man.
Oh yes.
In
Yes.
Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
Like those masks are cool. Those were legit masks.
Yes, they are.
And the CIA and FBI have better versions of them.
They've been making them
So,
since
like-
the 80s. They've been crafting their skills for 40 years.
It would be impossible. Like it's definitely 100% better than an AI generated thing. So like, you just put a mask on someone, you don't have them talk, They can be anyone.
Let's talk about this. What if
Maybe Wesley
most of the
does.
time people like a presidential candidate goes and campaigns?
Nathan, grab Wesley's face. Is it real? Check
Hey.
it. Check it.
It's glued on. Come on.
Take it
If,
off.
Presidential
Face Off,
candidates, when they
another
go to
great
campaign
Nick
and stuff like
Cage
that,
movie.
How often is it actually them, or if they train someone to be an impersonator to, you know what I mean? Like, is it
Trump is
that
Trump.
ever?
Trump is Trump.
Is Trump.
There's
I
no way.
don't know, man.
Trump got
I think it's
Yeah.
hard
nearly
to
shot, and then he wanted
impersonate
his shoes.
someone.
That's true. Let me get my
They were,
shoes.
they were probably
Let me get my
expensive.
shoes.
But I'm
The
saying,
fact. Okay, well, let's talk about this. How did his shoes get knocked off? Did those guys like super slam him? Like that's a lot of force to knock someone's shoes off.
Mr. President, Mr. President.
Super slam.
Watch out! Watch out! It was John Cena, really.
That's why
That-
we didn't
John-
see him.
That 5'6" girl was really John Cena.
John
in
Cena should
disguise.
totally be in the Secret Service.
John Cena, we know that you're listening to our podcast, and so if you wanted to come and be
New
a part
job.
of it, you could.
Yeah, bring a
You
Make-A-Wish
don't even, we
kid,
don't even
bro.
have, like, there's no camera, but even if we had a
Aw, that'd be
camera,
so sweet.
nobody would be able to see you, so it's okay.
The Make-A-Wish kid would not want to be on our podcast.
No,
At
what
least
if
not
he's
right
like,
now.
I want to hang out with John Cena and do whatever
Oh.
dumb thing John Cena does for the day?
Hey, you just
and
made
then-
our podcast dumb.
Exactly. And so,
Okay.
like, I mean, it's not.
No. Nathan, you're getting booted
This
off
is
the
the
island.
What?
Episode, bro.
Don't
First
make us
episode,
out
Nathan
your audio.
never returns. The pilot.
The
He's
pilot.
waiting for
That's
me
what we're
to-
titling
I
it.
just-
Nathan never returns.
the pilot.
Pilot.
Oh my gosh.
Mm.
No,
Oh my word.
Trump is real. Trump is at every
Trump
campaign.
is real.
In case everyone's wondering,
Did you
he's
just
real.
say he
goes to his
wasn't real?
campaigns.
I don't know.
No, but
Is he-
it's
Like
just
he's
sus, bro.
AI generated?
Well,
Okay,
just
have
us.
you seen those AI generated things that have extra fingers and legs?
Yeah,
No.
a year ago.
No,
now it's
that
not
is
true.
not
See 'em
true.
anymore.
They did an
No.
AI generated video of the gymnastics.
That was
The
so
girls were
funny.
straight up disappearing. They were just like legs flying through the air.
They were like,
When was
I
this?
Yeah.
sent it to you, Zachary.
No, I don't. I haven't watched reels.
Yeah,
in forever.
Zachary doesn't check the thing. I send funny things too. But
Reels.
you're getting distracted.
Oh,
Stop
yeah, I
looking
You
forgot.
at
know
stories.
who watches reels?
Yeah, that's something Zoe does.
No,
Just so
you're
you all
getting
know,
dis-
Zoe,
I'll-
you're like gonna
I'll
go tell her to go
find
look
it.
at something, and then
Can you
she
look at
gets
this?
on Instagram and she's like looking at all these other things before the thing that she's supposed to look
I
at.
forget. I'm sorry. I'm just a girl.
With a brain tumor.
I'm just a girl.
Apparently.
That's
I'm
me.
just a girl who loves a boy.
It's not playing anything.
Okay, when was this made though?
Recently.
Asking her to
What
love
the?
When Harry Met Sally. That's what
When
that.
he-
There you
yes.
go.
I'm just a girl.
Whoa!
Or I'm just a boy who loves a
It
girl.
looks like a rotisserie chicken bouncing around, bro.
I've only seen reference to that movie
It
in
was-
other media that I watched,
Yeah,
not
me
the
too.
actual movie.
I don't know when it was made, but it was posted 5 weeks ago.
Yeah, but it's like you have some people who have access to AI and do stuff like that, but that's like old AI, you know? We don't have
I don't-
access to the
I don't
new
know.
AI, like
Well,
the most modern, because it's crazy how good
I mean,
it
that's
is.
probably true.
We're nearing the 50-minute mark on this.
What do you think about
How
Intel?
First at 50 minutes, so.
Oh, we're cutting out half of it.
Not really. Like
Yeah,
45
bro.
seconds,
We
maybe.
should.
Half of it? No.
I mean,
There's some good content in there. Cotton in there.
Oh no!
Brain
Good
tumor.
content.
Cognizant.
we'll let,
I'm
we'll
the
let
highly
the,
cognizant of the situation right now.
we'll let the people speak.
gonna say
I
such
guess.
an-
Water tastes like vodka.
No, this
water
vodka tastes like
water.
water.
It's
It's
in
the
the
shape of water.
Oh my gosh.
That's what
Alright,
Zachary
well,
said.
Thank you guys for joining us for our first episode of What Did You Say?
That's not how you said it in the beginning.
What did you
You
say?
gotta be consistent.
What did you say?
Yeah, that's
Wesley's
weird.
got to say it. Wesley says it all the time.
Oh,
Bad Wesley.
What?
You
yeah.
say that all the time.
You should
you
be our
say, what
official
did he say?
outro.
All
What did
the
he
time.
say?
What we
You
named
say
this
that.
after something
Wait,
Wesley
you do.
says?
No.
I need like.
Hey,
Have
his
you ever
wife.
heard me say that?
I hear you
No.
What'd
say
he
it
say?
all the time.
No.
What did he say?
Does your husband?
Uh,
Promise is in the room, so we're gonna ask her. She's been our
Something maybe
executive
with some of
producer.
those words.
promise. Does
Under DP
Wesley
dinner.
say? What did he say?
What did he say?
Yes.
Wesley,
She
you
just said it like you said it. I
Because
Because
just-
that's how you say it.
She knew what we were talking about. Wesley, you say it. all the
But it's
time.
what did you say? So I can't even say it.
You just replace
I only
he
know
with
he.
you.
Well,
it's not
this
that
is
hard.
our first episode. We
But
can
I didn't do it in
change
the
the
intro.
title of the
Oh, my word.
podcast.
All right, Zachary.
What did you say?
There it is.
Bye.